Hello and welcome to another episode here on Yuan Bo, episode 14. And we got a caravan for 3,000 gold. And it also gives us a nice grant of land ancillary, which gives income from all buildings to all provinces. Which is amazing. This will severely allow, one or two extra armies by itself. It is amazing. So, that is good. That was a good decision to go for. I don't know if that's always what it gives, but if it is, it's impressive. And overall, we are going to have some developments now in terms of wars. There's a war between Nagorond and the exiles of Nehek, which likely they will falter. So Nagorond is likely to become a major issue in the late game because it will be in chaotic lands. Overall, we're going to try and capture the Shrine of the Alchemist, and hopefully other forces will deal with Village.
It will take time. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, hopefully Miao Ying can deal with them. All the while, I'm finishing up Lokir. And then it will all be about getting Zhao Ming and other armies to their late game counterparts. I still don't have access to some of the tier 5 units, but I'll be able definitely to get a few of them. So that's an easy battle actually. I'm just gonna decisive victory this one in auto-resolve. Let's get definitely some more research or control. I've been having some control issues, so I definitely don't want any rebellions around us. And that's the control +5 faction-wide building that I really need to get. It's going to be difficult. I need some growth, that's for sure. I think I can get that for income. And then as soon as Li Temple is allowed to grow, that'll be the case. That is what we are going to do. Right now, I'm going to show you how I typically go through. Instead of cutting it, the video here and there, I'll just do everything all together. So I'd like to check the ancillaries. I don't know if I want that with a caravan. It can be lost. So for now, I'll use that. On a lord that won't be lost, level 20 or above. There we go, he's immortal, so that's a good thing. And I just checked, I wish there was a quality of life change where you could see in this menu the army that he's leading, because it would help so much deciding what type of items, what type of ancillaries we would bring. It would be so helpful to see that. Hopefully CA can add that a little bit, because you barely can see it. I think you can see it with the UI in certain definitions like 4K, but it's not for everyone. So Jar of All Souls, it's interesting, but this lord already gets wounded, so it's more interesting for a lord that doesn't have enough levels. Okay, that one's good as well, the kind of the uttermost era. Yeah, but the Stalk and Spottable, it's kind of like the same. So I might as well just have the casualty replenishment rate for here much better. Any ancillaries that I can get? Yeah, see, this is where it would be favorable. Like I would get the Lickbone Pennant, and I would know the army that it is going for, to know if it is effective or not, So, especially in the late game, that's something you have to see. So this sea lane goes here. That's not the one that I want, it's the other one that goes over to my initial settlement, initial province, which is great. I'll be able to start transferring lords depending on where I want them to go. Overall, I want 2 military provinces, one on each side of the map, to become fully developed, let's say. I think I'm going to destroy that. I don't really need it. Yuan Bo finally can come over. I hope Kislev can maintain the territories for a while, and I'm not going to build up everywhere. I'm just going to build up where I have the best climate, because usually that's the best response. So I really don't want to ruin the yin yang here, and I believe for that I need to build something neutral. A research rate is always nice. So yeah, even the units, of course, and the fact that you can recruit some heroes, that is cool. So Jun 2 is going to continue with this army, just going for the Skull Reef. He needs to refit his army, getting a much better one, but that will be for the next few episodes. So overall, I'm already planning out how my armies are going to be. I showcased it, if not mistaken, in the past episode, or I will in the next one, depending whether you are in the future or not. You'll be having access to the episode where I do show it. I believe it was episode 13. Yeah, so that I showed the plans for the units. I don't plan to do that every single time, but I'll try to include it here and there. So I can send out another caravan. Having 3 caravans is actually quite good, because as they are returning, I can send out the other one. So it's always an endless stream of caravans. Where do I want to send this? To the Myrmidons again? Doesn't give me a lot of money in return. And it's a little bit more troublesome now. Yeah, I don't think I have the gold to send it. So where do I want to send it? To the Myrmidons to try and see if I can get again? Yep, let's go. Maybe I can get an ancillary once more. More cargo capacity or better sales? Better sales, that's for sure.
Friendship is more valuable, as you say, sir.
Okay, so Nurgle for now is not causing any trouble, and I hope that remains as such. Because definitely if Nurgle would attack, or if the Greenskins would attack, then this front would become troublesome. I want that to happen only after Lokir is completely defeated, and maybe after I've dealt a little bit with Village to the north. So harmonic balance is always important. Let's capture the shrine. I'm glad I actually managed to do that. Village is on the run because Miao Ying managed to successfully beat him. So finally I can get to building up this province once more. So recovered the issues that I had from Village's attack. I didn't gain any new territories, but hopefully one time Miao Ying will confederate and suddenly all of Cathay will be under my grasp. Well, not all of it. I would still need to betray Balthazar Gelt, but I'm pretty sure that'll be for the very last turn, or not turn, but time. He'll remain a very valuable ally throughout the game. Unless I have some specific landmarks there that I need, I'll have to double check those. So I'm not going to grow on Shiwu. I'll just go for Li Temple. Yep. I really want to reach level 2 as soon as possible. Xiaoming, I could get there, the remnants. Yes. Whenever possible, go for those. Usually the battle, if there's any battle, it's very simple. It's only very... it's not that common that you get a massive battle. Speaking of which, I believe this one will be. Skull Reef is usually well defended, so let's try it out. Yeah, let's raid the cove. And definitely a nice army. Even though I can decisive victory, I'll showcase the battle. And yeah, with Satang the Watcher against those mortars, it should be a very nice battle indeed. So again, a staggered line both in the missile department and the infantry department, just having the shields in front, and actually I have the ogres in front as well to lose them. They're mercenaries, I don't really need them or want them. And right now my cavalry longmas are going after the mortars. Yep, they're firing, but definitely my longmas are coming in. And overall, a lot of missile fire. Especially the fire damage is good to prevent replenishment from those that have the hunger. The depth guard. Vampire Coast looks so cool. I wish they were getting, you know, a sort of rework. They don't need a full rework. They are actually one of the factions that I believe only needs some adjustments and they'll be perfect. Let's watch the battle. My lord is riding a celestial dragon, which is always nice, but he's under attack by the Vampire Coast's forces. Cannons melt single entities. The hand cannons, you gotta be careful. They should be classed as anti-large, even if just to showcase their power, because they do tremendous damage to single entities. That's why I'm focusing them down, to prevent them from firing further. Let's pursue some targets with my brave Celestial Dragon. Even though I'm going against halberds, this is just to force army losses, force some casualties with the charge, take that opportunity. And yep, now they start melting, leaving, and that's a victory. Well done, men. Well done. So good decisive victory, and we get some treasury or army replenishment. I don't need the army replenishment, I'm not in any threat, so let me just get more treasury. How much do I get here from the Skull Reef? 20,000 and the flag of Grand Cathay. Oh, 20,000 will help me tremendously for some infrastructure. And I'll start building up a lot of units actually as well. Let me sail to the High Sentinel. I really want to get a better army for this guy. Skipping the turn, we're gonna get Horse Bonding or Inner Chai. Let's go Inner Chai because I want Inner Speed as well. We're still in the first half of the research tree, but definitely it will speed up as we move forward in the campaign. Now, let's go for Celestial Barracks. Definitely. And a Celestial Tower as well. I know that I already have the Celestial Tower, but I want to deplete that. I want to demolish that building. Maybe not yet, because I'll likely have to rebuild. I think I can rush construction, so I'd rather do that. That's 5 in 6 turns that I don't have to wait. It's really fast to upgrade with these units. So now that I have the tier 3, I no longer need this one. And you can go in.
Finally, dry land.
There we go. I can recruit a lord.
Fight and be recompensed.
Yep, to recruit those units. So,
Servant of the dragons.
recruit a lord. I can have some that were belonging to Zhao Ming. The ones that don't cost any recruitment costs are the new ones. So it's not like I would need. I can save up on that. Maybe with the weapon specialist, maybe here. Do I have some? I have a solid one. So I'm gonna pick the solid one. Celestial General with Fleet of Foot. And the Celestial Generals are good, but I think I'm gonna run out of heroes that have casting ability, so might as well have a casting Lord for now. And now let's take away every single unit that doesn't belong over here on this army. Which is most of them, actually. And even Saiteng doesn't belong on this army, if not mistaken. Yep. Saiteng is going to go for another Lord. And you, Jantu, is going to start building up some units. Astromancer, I can recruit one here. Tactician or the character experience gain. Might as well have the character experience gain. Rename it to Jantu's Caster. This always helps in case your lord gets wounded. It's a nice way of doing that.
The dragon-blooded.
Building harmony. I must keep our forces in balance.
Let's go for some Jade Warriors and then some other units. Yeah, I'm gonna have a difficulty getting to Harmony 6 plus. Unlikely we'll have to destroy some buildings. But I'm gonna wait for the Isle of the Crimson Skull to be at level 5 before I decide to do so. At tier 5, I mean. There we go, that's excellent. You still don't have that yin, which is weird because technically I have 2 buildings, but well, it's slightly weird here and there. Now, Yuan Bo, what are you going to do? You're going to go for the quest. The Dragon's Fang, some casualty replenishment. I can teleport, but I'll save that up for the next episode. It seems that we'll be fighting Cathay. And yeah, that should be an interesting one. Don't lose out on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.